Hey, friend. Welcome back to Side Hustle Growth Podcast with the girl CJ. And this is designed to take your side hustle to the next level. I'm here to help you make that money, honey. I'm sharing 10 game changers that helped me to boost my income. Now, these aren't just tips or theories, these are real deal strategies that helped me to level up financially. But let's jump right into it and get to number one. The first thing is being open minded to make more money, to be successful, to be truly, truly successful and be able to define your success. It is crucial. I'm going to say that it is crucial to have a growth mindset over a fixed one. So when I first started, I had to be open to new ideas and opportunities, even when they were outside, especially when they were outside of my comfort zone. So being open-minded, it means you're willing to learn, you're willing to adapt. It means saying yes to new experiences and no to the limiting beliefs that are holding you back. This mindset shift really allowed me to see possibilities where I once saw obstacles. Having that growth mindset really will make a world of difference. The second thing, what is in demand? Now, let me tell you something. Just because you want to start this side hustle, you feel like you have a good idea. Is it in demand? Or are you presenting your offer in such a way that people want to buy from you? Do you understand what people need from you in order to provide it? So in the coaching world, it's crucial to understand what skills are in demand. How do I figure out where my skills are most needed? I had to do my homework. I was committed to supporting a very specific group of people. And let's not forget the importance of knowing your niche. I talked about this in a previous episode back in March 2023. I'm probably going to talk about it again, but knowing your ideal client versus your target client is key. A niche isn't just about a small part of the market, it's a part that aligns perfectly with what you offer and who you are. To figure out your offer, to better understand how to present what's in demand and have those people just throwing their wallets at you, opening it up and just saying, take my money. Who are you trying to sell to? This is where the ideal client really, really, really comes in. Spend time understanding who you want to serve, what their pain points are, what their problems are, what their desires are, what their fears are, so you can help them to overcome them, so you can present your offer in a way that they're like, this is the answer to all of my problems. Because once I got clear on who I wanted to support, who I wanted to serve, and I really started speaking their language, and it resonated. And once it resonated, the rest was history. If someone doesn't stick around, and it's gonna happen, if someone doesn't stick around, that just means they're not for me. I'm not here trying to sell to everyone, okay? I am here trying to connect with and make sure that my message aligns with and resonates with those who need it the most. So for my new listeners, my ideal client is usually a woman in her mid 30s up until like her late 40s. She's juggling a 9 to 5 and is aspiring to grow a side hustle into something bigger. She's passionate, she's determined, and ready to invest in herself and in her future. She seeks guidance, she seeks support to navigate her entrepreneurial journey with number 4. This is crucial because everything that I share, one thing is really feeding into the next. So number 4 is understanding your competitive advantage. Recognizing what your secret sauce is. That's what I had to do. What sets me apart? What makes me me? What makes or draws people to CJ? In the sea of coaches, in the sea of entrepreneurs, what really makes me stand out? And each and every single one of us, I don't care how cliche it sounds, there is something about you that will make you stand out. So for me, it's my ability to connect deeply with my clients, my authentic approach, my knack for clarity that sparks creativity, I'm not just another coach. I'm someone who genuinely cares about my client's success. And I will go the extra mile to ensure they feel valued, they feel supported. I will listen to their problems and I found the right solution instead of saying, hey, you person, side hustle woman, I'm an expert. Here's what you need. I am telling you what you need right now without truly understanding why it is important to them. Number 5, what are your passive skills? Now, those passive skills are the things you can leverage without actively working on them all the time. For me, it's my writing skills. I started to create content that continued to attract clients long after I had written it. It's about finding those abilities that you can capitalize on to expand your income streams. So take this podcast, for example. My ideal client can get to know, like, and trust me, right? Just by me sharing candidly on how you can grow a side hustle, just by me sharing my own stories on what's worked and what hasn't worked, and how I got over certain obstacles and what I did, up the ups, the downs, the arounds, the throughs, the roller coaster of entrepreneurship. The possibilities really are endless, right? Because this content now becomes evergreen. These ain't going anywhere. It could be anything from creating digital products to affiliate marketing. But what are your passive skills? What can you pour in to create something that is going to consistently generate income for you without you constantly having to be hands-on that? Right? But the other thing to kind of consider is, what does balance look like for you? I always say, I believe that balance is relative. It looks different for everyone. This whole work-life balance thing, I don't feel like it exists because we're on this pendulum of life. Things swing one way, they swing back the other way. Just when you feel like it stops swinging, something comes along to just knock you off again, and it's going to be back and forth. In a June 2022 episode, I talked about finding alignment, not balance, because it's not about balancing everything perfectly. It's about aligning your activities with your goals and your values. So for me, alignment meant setting boundaries. It meant making sure my work didn't consume my personal life. There's a fine line, and I always wanted to ensure that I wasn't crossing it. Balance, if you want to use the word balance, by all means, you can look for balance. It's just understanding it will constantly shift back and forth. Or maybe you're looking for harmony, just looking for everything to really be able to flow in your life. Because when there's harmony in your life, that spills over into your business, it impacts your mindset, it impacts how you're showing up for your business. That was a nice segue. I mentioned the word mindset because guess what? This one had to come up. And this is working on your money mindset. I did a money exercise where I realized I was striving for enough because that's how I grew up. My parents always, were able to provide for me. They always ensured there was enough for A, B, and C. I didn't want for anything, but I also realized when I became an entrepreneur, I was always ensuring that I had enough because that was also part of my experience as an employee. When I got paid, did I have enough to pay for it? And I was always using the word enough. But then I was like, wait a minute, hold on a second. I deserve more than enough, and developed and turned that into a mantra. I'm a magnet to success because I am more than enough. Changing my money mindset was crucial. I started to believe in abundance. It is still an ongoing journey, an ongoing exercise, but believing in abundance and that I deserve financial success. Part of my money mindset exercise was really examining, going deeper into my relationship with money, the stories I had around money. I did mention, my upbringing and always making sure that I had enough. But what were the stories around what I believed when it came to money? Because that also will manifest itself in how I was earning money or how I felt like I should have money, if I felt like I should have money. So I really had to look at my relationship with money, go deeper into my stories, into my beliefs. untell certain stories about my relationship with money and retell them in a certain way that I believe in abundance. I believe that I can grow. I believe that there's opportunities, there's room for wealth and prosperity. When you say you believe it, you have to truly, truly believe it. They're not just saying this and this, it's work. It really is a lot of work on your money mindset and realizing also, this is segue into the next one, which is we're on number 8, realizing your self-worth. Our self-worth is attached to our money story. If I don't believe that I am worthy of asking someone for a certain amount of money or selling something for a certain price or having someone invest a certain amount, if I don't believe that, I'm not going to make that money. So really realizing my self-worth. It's a lifelong journey. Don't get me wrong. I will say that over and over again. This is a journey. It's not like just one day you wake up and magically everything falls into place and you're good and you're set for the rest of your life. It's ongoing, but it is the key to truly unlocking abundance. If you don't believe you're worthy, the money will not come to you, or the money, when it does come, it will not stick around, and you'll find yourself constantly struggling, constantly on that pendulum of making the money, not making the money, making the money, not making the money. And again, being completely transparent, this was part of my experience as well. There were times when I didn't make any money. But when I really took that step back and said, well, what am I doing? How am I getting in my way? What stories am I telling myself? What beliefs am I holding on to? And it wasn't until I really examined that I realized where the root cause of the problem. So a lead won't invest in herself if she doesn't believe she's worth it. So when they're telling you no, or I have to think about it, or not right now, that has nothing to do with you, and it's everything to do with them. And sometimes you can help them to come to terms with their own money stories that draw them in and help them to see the value in what they offer. But you communicating your value and your worth, that confidence is so palpable that client starts to feel that, and they're drawn to that. They want to be a part of that. They want to be that confident. It really comes back to your mindset, your beliefs. Trust me, I know this is sounding all kinds of, oh my God, everybody's always talking about abundance and mindset and blah, blah, blah. It is so true. If you don't believe it, if you don't believe in yourself, don't expect anybody else to believe in you. Point blank, period. This brings me to number 9, communicating my value. I offer incredible value through my experience, my expertise, my authenticity. I make each client feel like she is the only one. Communicating this effectively was a game changer. I realized that my unique approach and dedication were my strongest selling points. When clients see how much you care and the lengths you would go to for them, that builds that trust. And you want to build that trust with them. You want them to trust you and no one else on this planet. You are the only option for that. Well, and number 10, confidence or the lack thereof is palpable. I will never forget this. I remember a prospect telling me that everything sounded great until it came time for me to communicate my price, and my demeanor changed. And she sensed that. She saw that lack of confidence. And ever since that day, I am so mindful of that. And it changed everything for me. Confidence became a top seller. Tapping myself up in the mirror before I get on a discovery call. You are capable. You are the choice. They book the call with you. CJ, you got this. Selling, being able to sell, going there, assuming that sale, going there with that confidence that they want to be around it more. You believe in your value. You can communicate your value. It convinces others to believe in it too. So those are the 10 game changers. As you can tell, everything really came back to mindset, really came back to your stories, your beliefs, what you were allowing to get in your way, to impact your judgment, impact how you're showing up, your self-worth, your confidence, communicating your value, communicating who you want to be around, who you want to help, what your offer is. I know it takes a lot to be able to build confidence, but you are a work in progress, my friend. And if you are starting this business, you want it to be successful, you want to generate income in this business, you have to be confident in yourself, confident in your capabilities, confident in your competitive advantage. Communicate that so the money will just start to come to you. Trust me, it works, it works, it works. But you have to do the work on yourself and on your mindset. On that note, you know I'm going to say you can reach out to me, 15-minute vibe check. Let's talk about your confidence. Let's talk about your side hustle. Let me tell you something. I can guarantee you right now, 15 minutes with me, and you'll already start to feel so much more confident about yourself and your side hustle. Try me out right now. Book at the link in the description, and let's vibe for 15 minutes and tell me how you're feeling by the end of that call. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today, my friend. I appreciate you. Please share this episode. Tell me more about your money mindset. And if you want me to do more of these types of episodes as well, and I will see you next week. Bye.